Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick market prep video where I'm going to plot support and resistance for Meta. So as you can see, Meta had earnings yesterday after the bell and they had a huge gap up, and we want to try to figure out how we're going to play this gap up. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark pre-market support and resistance levels. For pre-market levels, I'm going to change the style of my lines so that I know that these are pre-market support and resistance lines. Oops, something like there. And I want to add another line here as well. Something like there. Okay, cool. I'm going to remove this. It's in my way. I started with pre-market because we haven't been to these levels in a while. We're in the 180s, so we need something to go off of for the beginning of the day for scalps until we start to make more traction in this area. So let's go to the daily chart. And let's see. So as we can see, where price is currently is actually already a supporting resistance line, and then that's something we need to know. For these lines, I'm going back to my regular style, which is just solid white lines for support and resistance, and I'll know that these are on my daily chart. So I'm just plotting along as I go. I'm just looking for places where price stopped moving, and I always say it had friction. I'm looking for places of friction where price had a hard time breaking through. These areas served as walls. You can think of support as your floor and resistance as the ceiling. Let's put one there. And for a trend line, which I can kind of see one here. Yeah, I'm going to just leave the trend line here for now, and we'll see if I need to adjust it throughout the day or throughout the next few weeks. But yeah, so we started from the pre-market levels since we didn't have anything to go off of based on the 3-minute chart. So now we have the pre-market levels, which are our blue dotted lines, which, as you can see, these dotted lines also line up with several of the regular lines, the regular support and resistance lines. So that's definitely interesting. So in TradingView, this orange, since it's pre-market and the market hasn't opened yet, this orange color here shows you where we are now. So our gap up gapped over the 200 EMA and up to a major resistance level. So that's something to keep in mind when people get kind of excited at open, oh, Facebook's gapped up like 20 something dollars, let's get into more calls. However, if you look to the left, you can see in July of last year, we had friction at this very same level. So that's something that you definitely want to watch out for at open. Going into something like this though, I would say always have a bull case and a bear case set up. The bull case is we continue above the resistance from July and we go up to the next level, which isn't that far. Let's say there's kind of a zone between 186 and 188. So those will be the next levels that I look at. We're currently in pre-market at 182.90. So I would look for us to maybe test 186, 188 today if we continue up. If we do not continue up and we start to reject, I would use the smaller time frames. So for scalping, we're going to use our smaller time frames and our EMAs because that's really what we have to go off of. We will wait for clean breaks of the 50 or whichever EMA that you're using to make sure you have a clean level to go to. For example, if this price broke the 50 EMA right at open, we will look for us to go touch this blue line here, which is the small support level there. So definitely keep that in mind when you do trade. A clean break of this level here, which is 178.63. If it breaks 178.63, you would then look for, okay, where's the next line on the chart? And that's why we did our lines separately in different colors, because now we know that if we break this pre-market support level here, where's our next line? Our next line is on a daily chart, and we don't even know. This is from months ago. So if we didn't have this level here, we wouldn't know that, oh, there's a possible area that Facebook could stop. Meta could stop moving at this 171 level. So you would play levels from point A to point B as far as your scalps and your day trades. So keep that in mind. You're going to combine your EMAs with, any possible patterns that form throughout the day, and you're going to go from there. But you want to make sure that you have your clear support and resistance lines from your daily, and you can use that. So when we were just looking at the daily, we knew that this level here was a strong resistance from July. At open, anything can happen, but you really want to wait for confirmation on your levels. Do not go in overly excited because of all of this that has happened. We've had massive moves up and then we kind of just sidewind through the day. So be patient, wait for the move. Either way, this is something to add to the watch list for the next few weeks just because of this massive move up. You know, this could mean more bullish movement for Meta. However, this massive gap is something that you're going to want to keep on your watch list. So thanks for tuning in. I know this video was really quick, but I've seen people ask questions on like, oh, you know, how do we set up a trade? How do we prep and plan the trade? So this is prep and we plan the trade. So we have levels to go off of. We know to use our pre-market levels combined with our EMAs, possible patterns and trend lines, and we're going to play from there. I would say for swing trades, you might want to wait until the end of the day to see how we close, see if we get any type of reversal or continuation type of candle that prints on a daily. And if not, you might want to kind of wait a few days. I know it sounds like a lot of waiting, but it's better to wait for that solid confirmation than to say, oh, Meta gapped up, let me buy puts. Perfect examples of why that doesn't work is Netflix. Netflix gapped up on, I think they had earnings on January 19th. Here we are almost 2 weeks later, and it still has not gone anywhere near filling that gap. The other example is Tesla. Tesla has not filled its gap from earnings either. So a lot of times people want to jump to buy puts 2 to 3 weeks out as soon as these gaps are formed, but right now you kind of need to wait for some more confirmation. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys have a profitable trading day. You guys can always reach out if you have questions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.